All right, let's go get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel, where today we're going to be checking out a demo for a game that looks pretty interesting in itself, especially if you're into like the Bull of Hell and the Horde games that we've been getting lately, similar to like Soulstone Survivor and all that. This is Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hel demo, and based off everything I've seen from it and what everybody keeps on comparing to, it feels like it's someone mixed like a roguelite horde survival game with like something akin to Diablo. And I'm really for that because I do, and at the end of the day, really like what Diablo is about. I haven't necessarily been all about what they've been for lately with Diablo 4. I did play that for a while and just kind of fell out of love with it. I'm hoping with the new expansion coming out, maybe they'll kind of rectify some of the situations they had in the early days of that game. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Jotunnslayer, Hordes of Hel. So right now we're going to go ahead and check it out. If you like this sort of content, you want to see more games like this on the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think of the game. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. And if you haven't guessed already by the title, Jotunnslayer, that this is actually a Nordic-themed bullet hell type game. So right now, based off of what we have available to us right now, we have the Cirrus, who has a wand as her magical ability, a time recharging small shield appeal above the Cirrus. Then after receiving damage, a shield changes into a ward, providing invulnerability. She's got 3 charges of that at maximum, and bonus choice on level up, chance is 30%. Experience crystals can damage the enemy whenever we touch them, so that's pretty cool. And bonus trinket choice in chest, chance 30%. So that's her ability. And then over here at the Berserker, he gets Rage, of course. A special state that is revealing true Berserker's potential. 10% chance to trigger on attack hits. He gets 10% movement speed, damage is additional 20%, HP regeneration 3 health per second, and it lasts for 4 seconds. Which just seems kind of low. He also has a 0.5% per 1% of messing health to increase his attack speed, additional 100 health, and HP regen. I haven't played with him yet. And then we also have our virtues board over here. We can actually look through the different boons that gods have available and basically make things available for everybody else. So I have actually gotten quite a bit of coin here, and I'm looking to see if we can have something that will actually benefit us. And I am a sucker for attack speed buffs, and it looks like this one actually works for everybody. So it looks like no matter what I do here, it's just gonna immediately benefit us. Damage reduction, attacks, resource bonus after successful raid, rage duration, that would actually be really good for him. And then let's see what else we can get here. I'm looking to see, ooh, okay, so this is all power done. And then let's go give ourselves a little bit of maximum health. And I think that is pretty much all we're going to be able to purchase. I think so. I think everything else is going to be too expensive. You know, it'll do some collection range. There we go. And I have been playing with the Cirrus just because I like magical characters, and you can definitely go like lightning themed. But we're going to try out the Berserker here. So by default, they have weapons, but you can get more weapons for them, it looks like. And they definitely changed the way the weapons look like on him, and I do appreciate that. We can also have different skins. Ooh, and this one's actually available here. Let's go ahead and try out this one. It doesn't look like it does anything different other than to make it look different, but still pretty cool. And we also have the 9 worlds available to us from, you know, the Asgard covers. Niflheim, Midgard, Muspelheim, Alfheim, Jotunheim, Yep. Okay, so maybe not all of the worlds, but I'm assuming that they'll be available at a certain point in time. We also have modifiers to make the levels harder, as well as the overall raid goal here to complete 15 minutes and complete 4 objectives, I guess. So we're going to jump into Niflheim. I have done like 3 matches so far, but all of them have been done on the Cirrus. So this is going to take me some time to try to get used to. So essentially what we have is ourselves a dash on our R1 or our right bumper. You can totally have this auto-aimed if you want. I am actually aiming on my own. And I assume what's happening right here, by the way, is that his rage actually activates on its own. So whenever you level up, you get to choose between 2 virtues, essentially, Berserker and Thor. These are the ones we got right now, but they are randomly generated from a pool. It's usually Thor, Berserker, Cirrus, or Freya, I believe. I don't know if they plan, I assume they plan on adding more, but every time you pick one, you then get to pick an ability in there. And they also have cooldowns, the next swirling increasing outward. we can look to... Some of these are really good. I think I'm going to go with the attack range for now. Because I believe one of the benefits of having a Berserker is that he attacks faster, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. I assume my L1 button... Does it actually say what my L1 does? Toss throws 8 axes in different directions, piercing and damaging enemies. 30%. It cripples enemies at a 100% chance and has a 30-second cooldown. And cripple... Oh, and the cripple does negative 30% damage from the enemies. His innate trait is that rage. Okay, so it's a 10% attack on hit to get that bonus there. So he does do that revive there. Awesome. Okay, so we do want to be very in the face of enemies to continue that rage because we don't want it to fall off. Let's go Freya. I feel like maybe she would be really good for a melee related character. A wave of radiant energy emanates from the hero's body. Let's go with the extra amount of experience, I think. There's food. That is the only way we're going to be able to regenerate health outside of our passive if our fury is not up. But so far, I think we're doing so good. Other than maybe that kind of enemy right there who definitely does some explosive AoE damage. Let's pick up a Thor to see what we have here. So from time to time we have oh, there we go, explosive nature. Each attack has a chance to strike multiple nearby enemies with chain lightning. So the more we attack, the more we are causing the chance for chain lightning to go up. We also have Sentinel, which is pretty cool. It basically summons a lightning statue to summon in place, and basically possibly just shock everything around it. I do like the fact that the food stays up on your mini-map and tells you exactly where food is at. So you don't necessarily have to pick it up at the time. I'm going to go ahead and just like tank all this because I'm hoping with all hope that we can actually manage to get whatchamacallit, let's see if we can re-roll. I don't like what you can't re-roll inside the class itself. Let's go ahead and chance for a stun. But I do like the fact that the food stays on the minimap, so that way if you don't want the food right yet, you can come back to it. We got axe throw, axe swirl, or a quick roundhouse swing. You know what? Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is active, so I think this automatically happens. Let's do that, because it says it happens every second. And that could be pretty good. As a matter of fact, it seems to be very good. And the more we actually level that up, the more axes go out. One of the things I was having a problem with when I was playing the Cirrus is I wasn't getting this kind of power out of those abilities off the bat. So I'm hoping maybe we can get a little bit more here. Chance to cast a spell twice. That sounds pretty good. That's a 1-second cooldown on the axe after it lands, so I'm assuming, you know, if we get lucky enough, we'll be able to throw out 2 axes, and if he's throwing out 3 axes total when we max that skill out, we can benefit by throwing maybe like 6 axes out. There we go. Do want to stay away from these archers because they are kind of problematic. Definitely want to be something I take on as fast as possible. Chance to cast a spell twice. Let's go and do that again. There is a chest on the mini-map that can give us some gear. It's either a boon or like a trinket from my understanding. So, let's see if we can get ourselves a temporary buff, or if we can get something more permanent. Now what I will say is that we will have some bosses coming up soon. Not too bad. I really want to get this guy. He drops food and gold. There he goes. I do want to find out a way to get my damage up a little bit more. Alright, so the bosses are up. In order to get them to activate, what we need to do is, let's see, increase the range of heroes, creates a area of healing when heroes stay still for a short while. So if we stand still, we can trigger that healing. I would like to see if we can get a Berserker buff, and we managed to get one. Nice. Increased damage of each attack by plus 20%. A randomly thrown axe. Oh, so this is okay. So it doesn't increase the number of axes thrown; it increases the damage that it does. It reduces the cooldown. So I misunderstood that one. And this one causes our range to be a 20% chance trigger. So I think we go with that. And before we activate those gods over there, I think I'm going to go ahead and head over to this chest. Especially if it can give us a pretty good buff. I would be even okay if there's like an extra XP sort of modifier here. So it looks like we have an elixir flask that increases our movement and attack speed for 20 seconds by 25%. That pouch that gives us plus 3 gold, or pull experience from a large area. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go with the haste for now, just because it's gonna help me clear out this. I'm gonna pick up Thor. Okay, for a minute there, it wouldn't let me trigger Thor. Upon taking it, there's a chance to strike multiple enemies nearby with lightning. We're a very heavy in close quarters sort of deal, so I think maybe that's probably going to be our best bet there. And now I think we're going to go ahead and strike over to the first of the mini bosses we have available for us to fight. I do want to make sure we keep this rage buff, because of course the rage is allowing us to regenerate health if we take hits. Not a lot, but you know, a little bit. I think it was like, what was it, 3 health per second? Alright, so there's our boss. He does an AoE like that. We did manage to stun him. That's good. And I did use my cripple there a minute ago. We're just going to keep on smacking him around if we can. We don't have to dodge out of that, which is good. We can just backpedal out of it. Let's see. Increased, doubled in rage. Ooh, that's what I want to see. So as long as we're raged, we're going to get that extra damage. Unfortunately for us, it doesn't look like there we go. We definitely want to be as rageful as possible. And next time we see it, we're definitely going to try to get that, the one that increases our health regen while we're rageful. Because that moves it up from 3 health a second to 6 health. I want to get in, ideally, and do this. Alright, so he's going in for that slam. And then we'll do another Berserker here. Let's see, chance to trigger a range when taking damage. Damage nearby enemies when entering rage. Or increase damage of each skill with decreasing health. I say... You know what? Let's go ahead and do the thing where we basically emanate hateful damage whenever we enter rage. I think that sounds like a plan. We're actually doing a decent job of handling the enemies. I would like to get all that stuff over there. I'd also like to deal with those archers if I could. Because they're causing me problems, and I'd like to pick up all that stuff that guy dropped. Some of that is XP. We'll go with a Berserker. He's got a lot of good options for himself. And now we have another ability we could get. We get dash deals damage and throws away enemies standing in the way. Swirling axe and X swirling around you. Oh, that's the one that has 3 axes that you can get swinging around you. Or a straight line attack rotates 90 degrees with each cast. And it's got a 3-second cooldown. I feel like maybe Swirling Axe could be pretty good. I don't like the fact that we have like a perpendicular type attack. Like it just goes in one direction and then rotates at your 12, 4, 9, and 6 o'clock. Or 3 and 6 o'clock. Am I doing that right? Midnight, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Yeah? It's gotta be 3. It's gotta be 3. 3 o'clock. It's been such a long time since I looked at a clock like that. I'm failing my generation. I'm old. I'm supposed to know this sort of things. But I like that axe, though. The axe is good. Let's see. Mead. A pint of mead, crystal geode, or an elixir of haste. I think we take the... I think we get the XP. And then I'm gonna go with Freya. An oscillating disc in a Y pattern rotates 120 degrees with each cast. Let's go ahead and do that. It seems kind of, in a way, very similar to what we've got going on with our throwing axes. So one of the things that's happening now is if we look at the bottom right-hand corner of the mini-map, we're going to see like a snowflake symbol. Basically, from what I can tell, this is a challenge. You basically go through a phase. I don't know if it's going to feel the same, but essentially you put this like in a thimble winner type of thing where we are slowed down. And now we have to deal with enemies while dealing with the condition of it being cold outside. Got another mini boss up right now. Let's go with Thor. Oh, looks like we have a couple more hits here. We can increase our health. We can also increase our chance for critical hit, which I think we're going to do that. I'm all about critically striking. I'm going to go ahead and hit this thimble winner thing over here. I don't know if this is what that is, but now we are at the Curse of Winter. I'm gonna go ahead and stun this guy, and I'm just gonna deal the damages to him if we can. And he's going down pretty fast, all things considered. Alright, so we all have him down. We're gonna go ahead and collect the stuff from him. It looks like we have a small box of 10 gold. Looks like we have an Iduna's apple that gives us health regen for 10 seconds. And we also have a thing that gives us 30% extra damage for 45 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and take the 10 gold for our progression. And then I'm also going to go after these archers here that are shooting arrows at me. I don't really think that we need the Iduna's apple. If we were playing the Cirrus, maybe. But we're getting such a good benefit from our rage. I think it pretty much cancels it out. That we don't need to worry about health regen as much. Let's go with Thor again. We could do a Mjolnir. Let's do a Mjolnir. We're a guy who could possibly throw hammers, I imagine. At one point in time, I imagine Thor was just a barbarian. I say that. That's not true. He wasn't ever just a barbarian. We have a health shrine here for healing. I am going to hold off on using that. I would, however, like to see get another Berserker upgrade that maybe would benefit triggering rage on a 30%. Pretty nice. I also feel like we're getting a lot of benefit out of that chain lightning we got from Mjolnir. That's pretty good. That mixed with the ability to, what should we call it? Attack faster, or do more damage while we're raged is also really good. Let's go ahead and do the, I think we do the minor elixir bloodlust, honestly. We're throwing out a lot of attacks. I think we would rather do that. Let's go ahead and look at this. Boost attack speed while health is decreasing. That would actually be really good if we were getting like a lot of health damage, but I think maybe, you know what, let's do that. Let's do that. We're not weak as far as melee attacks, but we are going to start taking more melee damage as time permits. Although I believe we only got 5 minutes left I mean, that's still going to give us plenty of time to get worth out of that. Want to make sure we pick up all this gold so we can increase our stuff whenever we go back to the screen after we do a major completion of our run. Although I'm going to say right now, Berserker is absolutely doing the work. I'm really feeling this. This is giving me kind of like a Diablo 2 vibe, even like aesthetically. And I like how short the range is on Mjolnir because it comes back pretty quickly. And it seems like we might have a couple things we can look at here. We definitely want to go over and collect those golden, whatever those things are, the things that give us gold. I want to get that currency for us, so let's head over there. I was mostly just finding a way to deal with these, whatchamacallit, guys until we found a treasure chest got up. Chance to explode enemy when killed by attack. That sounds pretty great, actually. Alright, do all that. Because we're going to be able to more or less just straight up delete these guys. I wonder if they explode and hit enemies around them. We'll go ahead and go after the other golden little flappy demon. Oh man, we just absolutely demolished him in the best way possible. So I think now we go over the sacrificial pylons. This is about as far as I made it with Osiris. I was having a very hard time playing this section with Osiris because the enemy density was actually getting a little too large for myself. But whenever we get to this pylons, it'll do something similar to kill so many enemies while in the radius of set attack. We're going to go with Berserker. If we get a chance to get the 60% increased range, that'll be nice. Chance to trigger rage while taking damage. That could be good too. 20. Oh man, these are all good. I think I'm going to go with the swirling axe. I would like an additional swirling axe. And we're going to go ahead and trigger this. Let's see. Looks like we need to sacrifice enemies, kill enemies near pylon. This is 2. Oh, we need. That's not right. That can't be right. Alright, looks like we got another thing of this. Movement speed. Let's go and do no pain, no gain. We should be getting faster, by the way. With all these hits that we're taking, our attack speed should be getting faster. And we are getting a lot of level ups, too. Increase movement speed by 10%, deal damage. Let's see, replenish health on critical hit. Oh, yeah, no, we're doing that. Kill 50 enemies while in the range of this pylon. That's the next one we're doing. And we're absolutely getting overwhelmed here, but we did manage to complete the pylon. That's great. Summon Bone Jotun. So we're at, I guess, our next boss here. I do see a chest as well. Let's go ahead and do collect the range. And we'll work on this guy right here. I'm actually going to use my attack on him to cripple him. And then we're just going to demolish him with our attack speed. I might want to look at picking up that health shrine down below. If I can. You know what? God skill upgrade. Ooh. Hello. Mjolnir level 2. There's a shock chance at 15% now. Whenever we throw that, the cooldown is still 5.5 seconds. Doesn't seem to go down. But the range did go up. So now we are going to go ahead and work on getting our health up a little bit higher. I am going to work on tearing through some of these archers that are bothering us ever so slightly. We'll go for the health and then the treasure chest down there, and then we'll make our way towards the boss shrine over the Bone Jotun. It did say 15-minute timer, and we only have a minute 30. So I am concerned. about our timer. I don't know if that means it ends or something special happens. Like he's automatically summoned or whatever. Let's go ahead and we'll take the blood elixir. We'll take Freya. And we'll do Radiant Echoes. And let's head over to the shrine. Now, can we summon this guy? And then we're going to be able to fight him before the timer's out. Oh, he's cool looking. Oh, he's got a lot of health. But we are demolishing him. Oh god. Oh god, he's like right on top of us. Oh wow, he's like on top of us so much so that we couldn't actually move out of his hitbox. Jesus. Alright, well, that was, I guess, a fairly successful run until we died. I mean, I don't like the fact that you can't get out of his hitbox without dodging. It didn't feel like we were fast enough to even do it. But that isn't to say that I won't give it another shot in the future. That is definitely something very interesting. We could do the damage reduction. We got a couple points here we could use for different things. We can get increased damage for sure. I might actually check out what we can do for everything else. Recharge time works only for Sorceress, Cirrus, so, and these actually work for everybody else. I see. Okay. So it might behoove us to look at upgrading some of these as quick as possible, especially some of that movement speed. Do we have any movement speed? It doesn't look like we have any movement speed related buffs, which is kind of weird. Maybe that's going to be for another virtue to add in the future. Anyways, well, that was a first look at Jotunnslayer, Hordes of Hel. If you like this sort of content, you want to see more gameplay like this, or if you want to see the Cirrus, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll post a video about that one later. That being said, you guys take care, and I will catch you all in my next video. Later.